7 from Palermo, Italy, arriving at Gate 2. Passengers may be met at international arrivals.
I'd like to thank the both of you for making time in your schedule for this interview.
A very tight schedule, Mr. Kirkwood. Please keep the questions brief and relevant.
As chief prosecutor of the recent mafia trials in Palermo, you succeeded in getting an unprecedented number of convictions. Has this affected significantly the operations of the mafia in any way?
I'm only a prosecutor, Mr. Kirkwood. Time is the ultimate judge of that.
Mr. Varga's testimony will identify some of the most powerful heads of organized crime here and guarantee us solid convictions.
Well, what I'm getting at is key figures have been convicted before, and still the mafia manages to survive.
Selling papers is also important in this country.
No, Mr. Kirkwood has a good point. My experience in Italy has shown that with each conviction we've obtained, the criminal syndicates splinter into further conspiracies with new people we know nothing about.
For each head you sever, another seems to grow back in its place.
The myth of the Hydra is a reality in my country, Mr. Kirkwood.
With the help of Mr. Varga's expert testimony, our prosecution plans on severing a few heads permanently.
Hi, sweetheart. It's me.
Daddy! Are you still coming to see me on Parents' Day?
Just as soon as I close this sale, Princess. And I got something special for you.
Don't tell me. Just promise you'll show up, okay?
Cross my heart. I gotta go. I love you.
Me too, Daddy. Bye.
At the heart of the mafia lies its greatest vulnerability, its Achilles heel.
Could you elaborate a little on that?
You're familiar with the term omerta.
Refers to the mafia's code of silence.
The most significant aspect of the Palermo trials is that the code was broken. Mafia foot soldiers turned on their lieutenants, the lieutenants turned on their chiefs and dons. With luck, Mr. Kliegsteel's prosecution here will find that true in this country.
No more questions, Mr. Kirkwood. This is where we must leave you.
Well, it's been very enlightening, Mr. Varga. I'm looking forward to attending the trials and hearing your testimony.
And I look forward to reading some favorable reviews.
Thank you very much.
You'll have the bodyguard with you round the clock. I'll give you a few minutes to settle in, then call you for our first briefing.
Fine, thank you.
Is that bulletproof?
Yes, unfortunately. I had it custom made. It's quite comfortable. Makes me look a little heavier than usual. But I'd rather sacrifice my vanity than my life.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Remind me to get the name of your tailor before you leave.
What time did you make the reservation for, dear?
Room service, compliments of Mr. Kliegsteel.
I'll take that from here.
Could you sign, please, sir?
No!
Criminal prosecution is much like a scientific experiment. We have a disease like the mafia. In theory, we know it exists, but we need evidence beyond the theory, and it must be examined under a microscope. We sometimes forget there are men like Varga behind these microscopes, who in daring to find the disease expose themselves to it. And we're left with the question, is there a cure?
Got something?
Yeah, a slug buried in a chair by the bed.
Hey, you find something, I'm the first to be told, understand? Where the hell are the rest of your people anyway? You guys local homicide?
Who are you?
Well, I hope we won't waste any time on this one, detectives. I lost an agent here.
James Kliegsteel? Our chief prosecutor in charge of the mafia trials. He's the guy who brought in the Italian prosecutor who got shot.
I think I'm all the way over here to get shot. Kevin. Pull off the trolley for a room on another floor.
Yeah, we'll find out who the hell brought it up here.
Get on it, Freddie. Charming man. I see it's going to be a lovely day.
You need a complete rundown on your agent?
His name's Larry Smith. He was bodyguarding Mr. Varga.
That's it? When was Varga scheduled to testify?
Tuesday. And now he's got a bullet in him. Yeah. Listen, I'd like to bring in a team of investigators from the Capitol to handle this.
Any new people are going to have to be cleared through our office.
I don't have time to handle protocol, detective. Have one of your men do that.
My mama gave me a name. It's Detective Jambone. Have one of your men do that. There's the number. His name's Lieutenant Hogan.
In the meantime, I'd appreciate it if you get the best people you got and call them in.
I think you better call that number before I say something that you won't like.
Looks like an unusual caliber.
Probably a European slug. My guess is whoever did this was probably imported for the job.
Did you check with forensics calls, see if there are more than one weapon involved?
Kevin?
Yeah.
Room service got an order from room 402, registered to one M. Spencer. Guy paid cash, the waiter took it in, got cold cocked, woke up with his uniform and his card gone. Looks like our hitter knows his stuff.
Okay, we're going to need statements from anybody who saw anything suspicious, staff and guests, and see if Mr. Varga is well enough to talk to.
No mistakes, fellas. This is not a local homicide.
Now listen, we don't need anybody blowing smoke up our noses. We are all professionals here.
Let's get something straight. I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
And don't dance us around.
Look, detective, this case has repercussions beyond your jurisdiction.
Fine. On our way to the hospital, you can inform my partner about those repercussions, and then we'll know where to start. Yeah, come on, right through, right
Detectives O'Brien and
Jambone, it's a pleasure to meet you.
they'll be conducting the initial investigation into the shooting. They have a few questions.
How is Larry?
He didn't make it.
I'm sorry. Was he married? Thank God for small mercies. Go ahead, detective.
You managed to get a look at the man who shot you?
Yes. He was wearing a hotel uniform. About 6 feet, not too heavy, dark hair and eyes. Other than that, he was an ordinary man. Perhaps if you have a sketch artist, I can be of more help.
We'll send one down.
And when he talked, did you recognize an accent of any kind?
Was he alone?
I saw only him. He said that the food was compliments of Mr. Kliegsteel. And then he started shooting.
Yeah, how about that?
It was all over the damn media.
You're not very shy with the interviews.
This guy had information that was not public knowledge. Flight arrival, hotel, and room number, and he didn't give us much to go on.
We're checking the place out for prints. If he's a pro, chances are he's got a record.
He is a pro. He's not the kind to make stupid mistakes.
He made one. He didn't finish the job.
Maybe he'll make another one.
Dr. Smith to 4th floor, Dr. Smith.
This is a midnight update on the situation at Mercy Hospital with Antonio Varga. Apparently, Mr. Varga is... excuse me, can I have a... Mr. Varga is in intensive care at the moment in Mercy Hospital, and he will not be available for any comment. We will be keeping you updated as the situation develops.
I do not pay that kind of money for mistakes. Yes.
Job's done.
What?
He said the job's done. I had to take out the bodyguard, too.
The bodyguard is the only one you took out. Varga is still alive.
What do you mean?
You missed. You have been well compensated. And I expect you to make good on your contract.
The underguard at the hospital. I'll never be able to get to him.
You finish the job or return the fee.
I'll see what I can do.
You do that, Mercer. Do you know where he is staying? Go and remind him of his obligation.
We canvassed the hotel. The hitter was 6 feet, brown hair.
Why'd I think that's all you'd get?
Guys like wallpaper, there but invisible.
Anything from forensics?
Slug Colby dug out of the wall was the one that hit Varga. Same gun fired the rounds that killed the bodyguard.
He fired 3 times through the door. 2 of them got the bodyguard.
He disguised himself as a room service attendant, and he didn't attract any attention, coming in or going out.
In a word, a pro, like Kliegsteel said.
Well, we had a feeling it wasn't amateur night, Elaine. We're not idiots here, you know.
All right, let's can it. I just got a phone call from this Kliegsteel. Apparently, he thinks that some of you lack a professional attitude.
Oh, well, he can piss off.
All right, listen, I realize you can't love everybody.
Not even his own mother would love this guy.
But I want all of you to cooperate with him, okay? Now, he wants to bring in some special investigators for this shooting.
Wait a minute. Jim, are you telling us to back off?
No, what I'm saying is I don't want him to show us up. This sort of thing is supposed to be a team effort.
Kevin? Forensics think what they got so far back to the lab, but it looks like the same caliber used in the Varga hit. You believe in coincidence?
Yeah, like I believe in the tooth fairy. Let's see what we got.
Ain't pretty.
So guys, mind stepping back, let me just have a look at these. These guys were never pretty.
You recognize him?
Miss Murphy here is the desk clerk. She signed in the guy who took this room 2 days ago.
Did he have any visitors you know about?
Not that I know of.
Okay, why don't you look at these 2 bodies and tell us if either of these men was the guy you rented the room to?
I don't...
Listen, we really need your help on this. It's important.
Right in here.
Positive?
It's not him.
All right, the other one.
Negative, Kay. Nothing further. Just tinted candy on the corner.
Somebody left through that window in a hurry. We got some shoe prints in the blood sample.
You think he was hit?
Yeah, the blood could be from one of these guys or whoever split. But we don't know how many guys were in the room, nor how many left.
Well, we don't know too much, do we?
Both these guys went down shooting. They kept us quite a few rounds. Somebody still got away.
Yeah. Listen to this. June says he paid for 2 days in advance with cash. Real polite, neat, 6 foot or over, dark hair. Struck her as a real ordinary Joe.
Ordinary Joe, getting less and less ordinary. Let's go.
Who the hell is this? Mercer's daughter? Well, we may have just found a way to reopen the negotiations on Mr. Mercer's contract. He still has time to get to Varga, and he will.
I want to commend your ballistics people. They did a good job.
Well, they usually do. Mr. Kliegsteel seems to think he has something for you. Close that door, will you?
Glad to hear it.
His name's Emilio Donato. He's got a couple of reasons to go gunning for Varga.
How tall is he?
5'8".
Too short.
Donato did time in Italy as a result of a conviction by Varga. Now, Donato's smart, travels easily on forged documents, and he's known to favor 9mm, which, thanks to your solid work, we know is the same type of weapon used to take down Varga.
Okay, but when I was in school, 5'8" was 4 inches short of 6 feet. And the hotel clerk said that the guy she registered was at least 6 feet.
And if you ask her again, he'll be 5 foot.
Just a second. Kevin, do you see any connection between the Varga hit and the shooting at the hotel?
Well, there may be. We got a ballistics report yet?
Right here.
All right, 9mm. We got a tentative match. We just have to have ballistics confirmed.
Ballistics needs more time.
Gentlemen, as soon as you get anything, I want to hear about it.
Well, if there's anything you need, just get a hold of Kevin, okay?
Looks like you're gonna have to put up with me a little while longer, gentlemen.
You better hurry up and catch this guy. Or I ain't gonna be able to stand it.
You made a big mistake, Martinez.
No. You made a mistake. You left some unfinished business.
Maybe you didn't hear me right. All deals are off.
I don't agree. Perhaps you would like to hear another opinion.
Daddy? When are you coming to get me?
Just as soon as I can, honey.
Now you have a tight schedule.
So, Kliegsteel's slick. You gotta be if you're gonna go after the big guns.
You better be sure he doesn't slip on his own slick.
From what I've read, he's very good at what he does.
Oh, sure, yeah. He's a real, politician.
Yeah, well, if he does well with this trial, that's sure as hell where he's headed.
I'd vote for him. Anything to get him out of our hair.
Do I detect a little, professional jealousy?
Come on.
It isn't about that at all. It's about attitude. I mean, he sweet talks Hogan and Elaine, but he talks to us like we're his butler or something.
Pass my drink, Frank.
Why are you so upset? This guy is trying to get the mafia, too. You should be supporting him.
I'm getting tired of hearing about the mafia, like they're the only people in the world involved in crime.
Well, it's still in the top 10.
Listen, J. Edgar Hoover refused to recognize that the mafia even existed until Valachi testified. Do you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. What's your point?
Well, the point is that the key to the Varga Palermo trials was to break the mafia code of silence.
Omerta. Yeah, so?
So suddenly everybody's squealing to make deals, and with Varga's help, maybe Kliegsteel can achieve the same thing here.
What is this, the Kliegsteel fan club?
You don't have to like a guy in order to appreciate what he's doing, Frank.
Right.
Oh, Kevin, what do you think my chances are of continuing the interview with Varga?
Fine with me. Might get a little flack from Kliegsteel.
Oh, afraid you'd say that.
I don't see any problem. You're just what he wants. Press.
I don't do press. Respect, please.
Likewise here.
What goes around comes around, right?
Identification on the two bodies.
Who are they?
Hans Frankel and Mickey Nolan. They were the muscle for the big coke dealer, Martinez. That's his file.
I've been trying to put this slime away for years.
What about the gun?
Ballistics report. Same gun used in all the other shootings. Beretta, model 84, uses a 9mm quarter round, 6 screws, right-hand twist.
Hold it. The guy whacked out a federal bodyguard and 2 professional killers by himself? One guy?
He was even better than that. Forensics said there were at least 2 other guys in the hotel besides the dead man.
How can anybody be that fast?
The guy who does Rambo.
All right, Cole, I want you to get in touch with Kliegsteel. Let's use these federal contacts he's been bragging about. Find out if there's a profile of a shooter who prefers disguises, uses that kind of weapon, and has a connection to Martinez.
If our shooter was trying to kill Varga, why would Martinez and his people have a problem with him?
Well, that is a question for the man himself, right, Frank? Let's go.
Mr. Kliegsteel, please. Yes, Detective Byrne from Mid-South.
Go ahead and ask your questions, gentlemen.
You've come a long way.
Hans Frankel and Mickey Nolan. What's your association with them?
I have a lot of businesses, Mr. O'Brien. From what I read in the paper, they work for me.
Did you also know they spent a lot of time in our jails?
I have no hesitation in hiring ex-convicts. I believe very strongly in a man's ability to be able to reform himself.
Save that speech for the Chamber of Commerce. They tried to kill a man tonight.
I hire ex-convicts. I do not tuck them in.
Yeah? Well, you'll find them tucked in at the morgue.
Sorry to hear that.
What do you know about Antonio Varga?
Only what I read in the paper.
Things are looking up. You used to just read the comics.
My lawyer. Any further questions, you can direct them to him.
Fancy outfit.
The best that money can buy.
Can't be that good. Not if you need shooters to negotiate the fine print.
This won the Academy Award in Sweden, sir. Look at this. Best porno. It's an extravaganza of porno.
Hey,
guys. How you doing? Hey, Jambone. Hey, check this out, man. These are selling like hotcakes. Revenge of the Nudes.
Yeah, we could hardly beat our way through the throbbing crowd. What is this, 10.5 weeks?
Yeah, man. That's everything 9.5 weeks should have been, but didn't. It's all the uncut stuff. It's amazing.
I hope you haven't forgot why we called you.
Martinez.
Hey, listen, guys, it's not like he has a PR man, okay? I mean, all I hear are rumors, that's all.
Rumors are what we love to hear.
Okay, I'll show you where that bus is. I think it's over here.
Have a seat.
Okay, well, let me tell you where it is, guys. It's about,
So what do you got?
Look, I heard that the guy is pretty friendly with some Colombian families, and he's pretty tight with the Italian families, too.
Plays both sides of the street?
Well, he's like a position player, man. The guy wants to please everybody, you know?
Like hitting Antonio Varga.
Look, I don't know. I mean, it could be. People aren't doing a lot of talking, okay? And you know his friend Cozy isn't going to be saying anything at all.
The silent partner?
Yeah, well, I found out why the guy's a silent partner, man. He was working for some guy in the organization about 12 years ago, right? And this guy rolled over and caused everybody an awful lot of grief.
So?
Well, they thought Cozy was the guy who did all the squealing. So then they cut his tongue out. And then about a week later, they found it wasn't even him. So Martinez felt sorry for the guy and took him on.
Bought himself a whole lot of protection.
Listen, man, I wouldn't strike Martinez the wrong way if I were you, you know, because Cozy will probably take you out for a little fishing trip, if you understand the euphemism. Hey, sorry, is that gonna go? Okay, the bus should be here any second. Hey!
Some
check
guys
this
get all
out,
the luck.
everybody, look who's here! It's the girls! It's the stars of Revenge of the Nudes and Beach Blanket Bimbo, Tanya and Barbie. Hey, girls, how you doing? Stars of the porno flicks, inside the theater.
I'm up to date on your opinion, O'Brien. Detective Burns was on my back for hours, making damn sure I understood what you thought.
Hey, we're all cooperating, right? Now, Martinez is the best lead we've got. Has he got any connection to Varga?
Varga was involved in a sting that took down a huge European South American coke ring. Martinez dealt with most of the players.
Sounds like a connection to me.
I'm preparing a case that goes to court in less than 24 hours.
And Varga is giving key testimony, right?
Obviously.
So all we're saying is we think there may be another attempt on his life before your case begins.
He's in protective custody.
Yeah, he was the last time, too.
And now we got people from your own precinct down there. That should satisfy
Look,
you.
we're not trying to be lawyers. We're trying to make sure you still have a case.
Well, it's an interesting conversation we're having so far. Why not bring it in here, so our clients can get a decent night's sleep? I thought we had resolved our differences.
We were just restating our positions.
Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
All right. Whoever hit Varga is still out there somewhere.
Probably on a plane back to Italy.
I don't want to sound like Ted Koppel. Please let him finish.
We think Varga should be moved from the hospital.
You got a problem with that?
A big one. The more we expose Varga to travel, the more opportunity someone has to kill him.
So you agree the hitter's still out there?
What does the doctor say about Varga?
If he's left undisturbed to recover, he should be able to testify on schedule.
So don't move him.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Kevin, got too many loose ends, too many tentative connections. Prosecution's case depends on a healthy Varga.
Okay. Frank, let's go talk to our pal.
I thought you said we were going looking for Whitey.
Right.
He's down in the East End. We're going west.
Varga's scheduled to testify in less than 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Well, I figure it wouldn't hurt to give the man a bit more company until he is in the courtroom.
Everyone likes company.
Do you need me anymore, Doctor?
Thanks, Chrissy. I'll take it from here.
Busy as hell tonight, huh?
Always is when there's a full moon. How'd you really get that?
Cut it on a piece of glass.
Well, you're lucky it's not broken.
Yeah. Lucky, huh? How's it going, officer?
Not bad. Just got here. I'm gonna be here at least another hour, I suppose.
Whoever invented these damn things ought to be shot.
Nurse, could I help you? Excuse me? 12th floor nursing station?
Officer Jennings, right away, it's important.
Just a moment. Officer Jennings, it's for you.
Hello? Hello? Who's there?
You, wait. Wait right there. Get him over there. Stay by that door. Stairs. I'll get the elevator. Let me through, please. Let me through. Come on. Again on the hospital staff, but when Varga moved, I'm gonna lid on all of this.
Right.
I've got you, whoever the hell you are.
Colby, close that door. I want this guy under wraps. Put him in interrogation, sit on him. Kevin?
He was disguised as a doctor with clearance to that floor. Same MO as the guy in a hotel.
So we got a suspect?
Yeah, we did. At the hospital, going for Varga.
I'd like to talk to him.
Take a number.
Ordinary-looking son of a bitch, isn't he?
Yeah, a real ordinary killing machine.
We'll get to you in a few minutes. So how do you want to handle this?
I don't know. Talk to him, find out who he is. He had a chance to shoot me, and he didn't.
Maybe he didn't want to get shot himself.
No, something else.
Talk to him. Kliegsteel.
You want a lawyer?
Nope.
You gonna talk to us?
Yeah. But I got a problem we gotta settle first.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
You guys in charge here?
It looks that way.
I mean, are you guys the guys I should be talking to if I'm gonna make a deal?
What does this look like, a game show?
If you're not, I can't give you the guy who's trying to kill Varga.
You're the lieutenant, Frank. You could have killed me in that hospital.
Yeah.
He wants in on this, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, this could have an enormous effect on the strategy of our prosecution.
Look, he's not going anywhere, so relax. You'll get your shot. Just watch it on the monitor.
5x5.
Okay. Everybody's here. Now, how about we start with who the hell are you?
My name's James Mercer, but that's not important right now. These guys tell me you might be able to help me.
Maybe. What are you getting at?
My daughter's been kidnapped by the people that want Varga dead. I don't kill Varga, I don't get my daughter back. That's simple. Can we help each other?
What do you want out of this?
I want my daughter free, period. You do that and I'll tell you everything I know. Names, places, everything. On a lot of jobs. Everything. If you don't help me, I tell you nothing.
I say we assess the information he gives us and then decide whether a deal is worth it.
It doesn't work that way. He won't talk unless we find his daughter.
Maybe he's lying. Maybe he doesn't have any information to trade.
What do you think, Kevin?
I don't think he's lying.
Well, let's hear his evidence and then decide on the terms of the deal.
A deal is beside the point.
I can't believe you said that. He's offering to give vital information.
The bottom line is his daughter may be killed.
Well, what's to force Mercer to stick to the deal if or when we find her?
I don't give a damn about the deal.
right.
It just...
Let's can it. Clock's ticking. Kevin, you and Jambone handle it. Tell him you're gonna get the girl.
Lieutenant, I can't agree with this.
You got no choice. You're here because we're cooperating with you. Now it's your turn.
Okay, Frank, why don't you get in touch with Tommy? I'll get details from Mercer. You stay right here. I'm going to need you.
Hey, Freddie, what's up?
Lieutenant's office, they're waiting for you.
It was Martinez who hired him, and Martinez who snatched the kid.
To force him to finish the job on Varga.
Right.
Now, the only way Martinez is going to cut the kid loose is if he hears Varga's dead. And that's where Tommy comes in.
We get Tom to float the story that Varga is dead.
Well, we'll see what the paper has to say.
That isn't going to convince Martinez that Varga's dead.
That's why we're calling a press conference in a half an hour. We need the prosecutor, who's in charge of the trial, to make an announcement suggesting that the key witness is dead.
Wait a minute.
Now, you wait. As soon as the girl is free, you get to talk to Mercer. And if half of what he says he knows is true, you got yourself a hell of a witness. I'll get Mercer.
Is it true there was another attempt to murder Antonio Varga today?
All I can say is that there was an incident at the hospital.
Do the police have anyone in custody?
No suspects have been apprehended yet.
Well, is Varga dead?
Sorry, gentlemen, but we won't release any further information until next of kin have been notified, all right?
Mr. Kliegsteel, how will this affect your investigation into mafia operations in this city?
You know, you're floating the story that Varga's dead. You better make your call. Mercer, you better be dealing straight.
Don't threaten me. It's my kid's life at stake.
It seems you are worth your price after all.
Now I want my daughter.
Of course. I keep my word. I will be expecting you.
His place.
All right, get everybody suited up and ready to roll.
Get ready. This is his last contract.
We'll probably frisk you, so we can't wire you. Be careful.
My daughter out there, you be careful.
You just do like we planned. You get your daughter and get out of there. We'll take care of the rest.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
1054 cardiac, 38.
Kevin, keep close to Mercer. We lose him, we get headlines we don't need.
12B boy.
All units in position. There's a man on the front door.
We read 10-4.
We're on Mercer.
We're on the move.
just want to go home.
We're going home.
Take her outside.
No, she stays with me.
Take her.
Daddy, let me go!
It's okay, baby. We're just gonna talk some business.
Let her go, Cozy. Now.
Don't do it, Martinez. The place is crawling with cops.
No way that you would make a deal with the cops.
Take a look outside.
They would lock you up. Cozy.
You made a big mistake taking my kid. Where's Cozy?
Daddy! Daddy!
Just a minute.
Give me a couple of minutes to talk to my kid.
Daddy!
All right, and then we talk. She better get used to seeing you wearing these.
Everything's gonna be just fine.
Omerta, an unspoken contract that bonds men together in a powerful force that feeds on our society. Invisible, malevolent. But there are other powerful forces at large, men like Varga who risk their lives to uphold the laws that protect democracy. One man speaks and Omerta crumbles. Kliegsteel may get the headlines, but in the end, we all profit.
Gentlemen, I'd like to commend everybody here and thank them for all the help.
Just doing our job.
Remember us in your next press conference.
With what Mercer just gave us, we'll have a lot more ammunition in court than we counted on.
Well, let's hope that some of that ammo hits a few targets.
You'll have to file a motion for the introduction of new evidence. Maybe a long night.
You're all gonna be long from here on in.
Martinez and his boys are still waiting on their lawyer. Apparently his Rolls Royce ran out of gas.
What about Mercer's kid?
She's with social services until they can contact her mother and get her back into school.
She has received a hell of an education these last couple of days.
Well, here's the fourth estate.
Fifth estate, Jim. I just thought I'd drop by and fill you in on Varga.
How's he done?
Oh, he's doing fine. He says he's going to be able to take the stand on schedule. He's looking forward to Mercer's evidence. He'd like to extend an invitation for all of you to just sort of drop by his house in Rome anytime you're going for the arrest.
Right, European vacation on our salaries.
Yeah, you should have started on a salary I started on.
In the meantime, he's wondering if anybody here could maybe smuggle him in some pasta into the hospital, you know? No, he says the security there's real tight.
I'll call him tomorrow.
Thanks for the shot.